Well, today I'm going to watch The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. The grand finale to the Hunger Games. Well, I was going to say trilogy, but when you divide the last movie into two parts, I guess that makes it quad trilogy? Yeah? No? Maybe? I don't know. Well, there's four of them. And now, here's the thing. It's been a while since I've seen part one of Mockingjay. So I kind of wish I watched that first and then watched part two, but I don't really have the time, so I'm gonna just go right ahead into part two. The way I see it, usually when Hollywood do these part two type movies, there's a drastic sort of little bit of a jump between part one and part two, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for. So that way, it doesn't take place exactly after the part one. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't even remember the ending of part one. So yeah, it should be interesting. Because I sort of lost interest with the Hunger Games because the first one was good. It was different seeing something like that nowadays. It's nowhere near as good as, say, Battle Royale, but or as graphic as Battle Royale, but it was just good enough that it was entertaining to watch. It was something new, a newer franchise because we knew it was going to be a franchise, but seeing the first one, we were like, oh, this is fresh. And then the second one came out, and then it was like, oh, it's continues the story, and and the interesting sort of almost cliffhanger the second one had. That was pretty cool. And then it leads into, and then that's part one of Mockingjay, which has Philip Seymour Hoffman in one of his last roles, and I don't know what they did with him for the second part of the movie. That's always been on my mind. It's like, his character didn't die last time I checked in the part one, so I'm like, is his character going to still be in this part two? Did he? Last time I checked, I don't remember him. I think he filmed some of part two. I don't remember him filming it all. So I'm really interested to see what they did with his character for the second part, or did they just omit that character altogether? I don't know. Anyway, so can't wait to watch Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I just watched The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, and I guess it was a good conclusion to the quadrilogy. It was, it definitely had some good moments. I guess that's not how I sort of imagined it was gonna go, part one and part two. But I guess that's just the way it is. That's the way it ends. I gotta say though, the whole getting towards the mansion and that is like, it's really cool seeing the traps and all that, the pods that are set up with different traps and different stuff. It was really creative and really intense, and a lot of happening at once, or especially at some points. Those were really creative, I will say. But it kind of annoys me is the sewer scenes. To introduce out of nowhere these creatures. They're like they're like CGI creatures that want to eat people, I guess, or whatever, and they were just in the sewers, and it's like, has that always been there? I mean, they don't talk about it afterwards. They don't explain anything, and it really stuck out at me because it was a total change in film because you got them, they're heading they're on the mission and all that, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna use the sewer tunnels. They use the sewer tunnels, and after resting, it's like all of a sudden it turns into a friggin' horror film. And I will say that part, even though story wise, it really stood out too much and didn't feel like it was part of the Hunger Games world. It was really well done, like action wise and camera wise, even though it didn't feel like this should be in a Hunger Games film. It was very, it was very well done. It's weird. It's like you did it really well, but it's kind of something that shouldn't be in the Hunger Games films. Like I could see it being traps and stuff, but I don't see pods. I don't know if it's explained in the book or whatever. I don't see if that was some civilization that was living underground that mutated, or if it was part of the pods they created these monsters to attack. But as a moviegoer who has never read the books and probably will never read the books, I'm definitely saying that now. At first, I wanted to read the books, but now after seeing the whole thing, I'm like, I don't really want to read the books. I don't care if it's better or if it has more details. Those monsters just sort of stuck out, and even though they did a really good, it was a really good done fight scene, and they were escaping, and it's just it didn't seem like this would be in Hunger Games mythology or the the place that they set up for the last 2.5 movies. It's like I don't see these creatures existing. Okay, the black liquid, I guess, is not that far of a stretch. I mean, it's like a trap. You got machine guns, you got bombs, you got the drops of foods, you got you got a whole bunch of traps. You got lights that like burn and just like instantly disintegrate. Yeah, okay, I see those happening in the Hunger Games, and then in traps and stuff. I mean, they're not exactly on the arena, but it's now the city is the arena, which is pretty cool. But it's just that the sewer scene, it's with the creatures specifically. The sewer scene, it was great. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was a great change of pace. But why? Like, couldn't think of a better way to get our heroes through for the underground faster that didn't involve turning into some weird, totally different film. Like, honestly, it was a decent film. It was, I mean, it wasn't, as far as finales go for franchises, it's not as great as some of the other ones that came out before it, but I mean, if you like the Hunger Games, I felt it was a very decent sort of ending, and hopefully they don't make more or do any prequels or do anything else with it. Let's leave as is and let's move on. Let's not try remaking it. Anyways, what movie will I watch next? Subscribe and you'll find out.